Hi, and welcome back to So Blessed by Jess. And today we are pattern testing a quilt for a fabulous designer, Carolyn Albright. And I have pattern tested 3 other of her patterns, and they have turned out beautifully, and I will put those at the end of the video today. But today, this is where we're going. It's such a beautiful quilt. It's called Grand Lobby. And I'm going to do the 4 colored version. She has 2 different color versions that she put out for her pattern testers. So I'm going to do the 4 color version. Let me go ahead and show you the fabrics I'm going to be working with. So we're going to have for my light, for my medium, you got to put some Kim Diehl in it. Ooh. Let's see here, some brown grunge, and then for a pop of color, we're gonna pull out the red from the Kim Diehl for some cornerstones. So these are the 4 colors that I'm gonna be working with to make the Grand Lobby. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up on my cutting mat area and get it all set, and then we'll start sewing it together. So here are all the pieces that I have. We need 4 of these rectangles, 4 of these larger rectangles. And yes, it does matter. It's grunge, and it does matter which side. You see that's a little bit lighter. So I have to really pay attention to that. Then we have a long rectangle, a short rectangle of our mediums. We have 8 squares of our light, 4 squares of our cornerstones, and then 1 of each of our large squares. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to put these large squares right sides together, and we are going to sew a 1/4 inch all the way around the outside. After I've sewn a 1/4 inch all the way around, I'm going to take my iron, I'm going to set my seams. It's just a habit that I have. And now I'm going to take my ruler and I am going to cut it diagonally down both sides. So then I have 4 half square triangles. So I also trim these down to the correct size. So I cut them in half in both directions. All right, so now this is where we are. The next step, according to the instructions, is I'm going to take a light and a dark, and let me set this up correctly. Okay, let's go by the diagram. My medium is facing in the bottom left-hand side, bottom right-hand, I mean. I'm going to put 1 of these small rectangles on either side. Then I'm going to put the larger rectangle, 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So we are framing out this half square triangle with 2 smaller rectangles and then the 2 larger rectangles. Now that I've framed in my half square triangle with my rectangles, I need to make sew and flip corners. Ooh, almost forgot the words. So I'm going to take my light colored fabric. I'm going to place it in the corners opposite each other, like this. I'm going to take my accent fabric. It's going to go in the upper left-hand corner. And then I forgot to put this on the beginning of the video, but we also have a medium fabric, and it's going to go in the bottom right-hand corner. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to trace a line. Let's see here, so I can show you. All right, let me just, okay, I'm going to trace a line from corner to corner. And I'm going to sew just a scant, like 1 thread length, to the right of this line so that when I flip it over, I can ensure that it'll cover this corner like that. Okay, I'm really going to try to keep these points right here of my, you see how that point is still showing. I don't want it to overlap. See, it just takes that point away. So I'm going to try to be very intentional with that and making sure that I'm as accurate as possible. Another way that you could do it is taking your folded corner clipper tool, line it up, and then cut and then sew. That's how I usually do it. I find it that it's more accurate when I use my folded corner clipper. All right, sew and flip one. Then we add the second corner on. Then we add the third corner on. So we're going around. And last but not least, this is what your block will look like in the end. How amazing is that? We're going to make this 4 times and then sew it together like a 4-patch. All right, so now we've made 4 of these units. I'm going to make sure that my accent fabric is in the 4 corners. So in the 4 outside corners, because we're going to make a 4-patch now. All right, so upper left, upper right, flip it around, and there we go. Oh, look at it's coming together. Amazing. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to sew these short seams. I'm going to press to one side, make sure I nest the center, and then sew this long seam. And that is a completed block. Wow, that is going to be beautiful. And there we got it. Isn't it amazing? I really enjoyed the fact that I used 4 colors instead of 3. So this pattern comes with 3 colors where you can just take this medium fabric and you would cut some more of these squares out and put them where the red corners are. But oh, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see how this baby quilt is going to come out because I am making a total of 16 blocks. So 15 more to go. I'm a little late to the game. It's due on Friday, but I am out of school tomorrow. So I know that I'm going to be spending a lot of time working on this, and it didn't take a lot of time to get it done. It really didn't. Everything's already cut out, ready to go over here on my table. And I think I can just like whip right through them. So, yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for following along with me. If you made it this far in the video, congratulations, you're amazing. So don't forget to leave a comment below. If you have any questions or want to know anything more about Carolyn Albright and her patterns, and they'll be also linked in the description box below. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.